against one that is much, much more tankier. Mammoth Fortress for game number 1. Let's see how this plays out. STTP Wilson versus Synco, and the first hit goes over to Wilson.
So Synco's starting off on the bow. This is one of those things where I think the bow does decently against Queen Nai just because you get to threaten the same kind of ranges that she does. You know, she's not as safe behind her signatures when you can dash and downlight with the bow.
Yeah, and also I think just with sword in general, it's pretty easy to dash underneath the spear down sigs that Wilson was going to go for and get a nice neutral light or a jumping nair or whatever have you on the way back down. So there's a lot that Synco can do against the signatures. But
Yo,
I mean, you
let's go.
Kind of got to dodge out of that neutral sig after the downlight, and I mean that is something that Queen Nai players are going to test you on every single time they catch you with sidelight D-light, because why not? They're not going to get punished for it. You have to dodge out of the way. They're giving up the free damage from a side air to potentially take your entire stock.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Wilson loves going for it for sure.
And, you know, similar to what we were talking about last set, that is another thing that's a bit of a knowledge check. Just because the downlight into gravity cancel neutral signature, it's not true, but it feels like it. You actually need to dodge upwards in order to get out, just because the movement of a dodge starts immediately, whereas the invulnerability only kicks in after the 2 frames.
Oh, man. Synco trying to go for the neutral stick there at the end, and Wilson with the neutral light into recovery is almost going to take a 2-stock lead over Synco here. That down sig just barely avoided, but Synco still hasn't taken the stock, and oh no, punished so hard for that ground pound. I know Wilson might not have the greatest legacy for offstage, but he's certainly only gotten better at it over the years, and that's an example of it. As that Sarah to weapon throw seals him a super lead against Synco.
Yeah, recovery beat out there, but man, the damage has been done. It's a full stock that Wilson is ahead.
Oh, wow. Nice movement. Getting around the neutral light. I feel like if Wilson was a faster character, he would have gotten hit by the bow neutral light, but instead he just, like, slowly moved around it and managed to get in with the neutral light on his unarmed. Down air into neutral light recovery. Side sig! Oh, that is a classic. Didn't quite get the gravity cancel, and Synco now picking up the sword has found himself at even damage with Wilson, but still down a stock. Oh, and Wilson just returns right back in with the sidelight after getting hit away. Down air. Oh, Synco runs for his life to the other side of the stage, and Wilson tries to get an early knockout with that side signature.
I do like Wilson showing him the signatures, just making Synco think about it, setting him on his heels, especially given that this is game number 1. You want that mental damage to sink in early.
Oh, down sig. Dash. Oh, that's interesting. Using the aerial positioning from the down signature to dodge forward afterwards instead of landing on the ground in case Synco tried to dash underneath and punish. I like seeing that kind of thing. Down air from Wilson. I mean, okay, Synco's got a game going on. That's 2 stocks in a row that he's just taken without losing one.
Now Synco trying to keep the weapon starved. No, Wilson just punches him away, and now back onto the classic guitars.
Avoids one side light. Oh, he went for the recovery after that read, but he didn't quite get it, and Synco's getting the damage in. Okay, this is huge. Woo! Ground pound, neutral light. Synco really popping off on this last stock. Is Synco going to get the reverse 3-stock? Sair, not enough to knock back, but if one more Sair hits from either weapon, that's it for sure. Why
oh my gosh, he caught the recovery! Oh my gosh, I can't believe Synco managed to turn that around. It looked like Wilson was going to line it up like he's done so many times before.
Wilson, why? He just... Oh, I cannot believe it. Synco reverse 3-stocked Wilson in game number 1. And what was such a dominant performance, Wilson decided to bet it all on an offstage edgeguard against a person that literally could have died to a spear sidelight at that point. That ground pound was insane. The clash with the recovery led to the perfect ground pound from Synco, and now he's up 1-0 in a game that was certainly stolen away from Wilson. And now Wilson's got to be kicking himself after that one. I mean, you could have been AFK for 10 seconds on stage and been better than what happened in that last exchange.
Jeez, and now Synco doing a much better job of spacing out the ground game of Wilson.
Ooh. Oh no! Is this where it's?
Oh my gosh!
Is this the defeat?
It's all spiraling. It's spiraling out of control.
It's going to be ground pound after ground pound from here on out. TWK Wilson is just shattered, right? It's going to be so hard to recover from tossing a game like that. And now Synco getting hit by the side sig is probably going to be like, oh, I see the desperation here. Signatures are flying, but I'm not even close to being able to die to one of those. Almost gets the spot dodge side air.
I said you wanted the mental damage to sink in early, but that's when we were talking about Wilson's signatures. I didn't mean for that to happen in the reverse direction.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns out Commentator's Curse works in mysterious ways, TWK.
Doesn't it, though?
And weapon toss into side light. Man, Synco is just on another level now. Side air comes through, disarms Wilson. Side air again.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, is Synco going to take 6 stocks in a row without losing one? Is that what's going to happen? Because that's what it feels like at this rate.
You know, Commentator's Curse, but there's also symmetry. Because what could end up happening is Synco sends Wilson down to his final stock here, and then would Wilson reverse 3 stock Synco?
Possible. It's possible. Although Wilson did just emote while recovering, kind of showing me the state of his being right now. Let's see what he's able to do about Synco here as he jumps around, waiting to get something started, and the neutral sig catches the jump in, and Synco's up 3 stocks to 1. That means that we've had 5 stocks in a row where Synco is yet to lose one. And Wilson kicks him away. Let's see what happens here as Synco continues to more damage, recovery, nair, avoids the down sig, down light, side air, goes to the ground pound. He really wants that 6 stock. I mean, it's like, it would be a 6 stock, right? Like that's,
oh, yeah.
But Wilson stops it. All right, you're right. It's time. It's time for the reverse. We saw it happen to Wilson. It's going to happen to Synco. Wilson's going to take the stock right here off stage with guitars. It's going to be 1-1, and Wilson's going to barely survive after a stuffed recovery on the right side of the stage. I'm calling it now.
It's just going to be the exact mirror image?
Yes. Uh-oh. It's looking bad. It's not. Oh, wait, but Synco.
Hold on, Taza.
Do it again. Just grab pound a little further this time. Wilson's low on jumps. Yes, okay, he didn't use the recovery. Synco doesn't decide to challenge it, and you know
Synco, in sync with Wilson's mind, knew he wanted to try and get back down around that corner, but cut him short.
I was pretty wrong. It didn't happen. Synco 2-stocked Wilson, and after that beginning, it's looking like it's going to be difficult for Wilson to be able to make it back. I'm wondering, did we see a switch? Wow. Yep. Okay. It doesn't get much more different than this. 9 movement speed, Lucian. I think Wilson was tired of moving around through molasses. He is going to be zooming. He's going to be zooming this game. You literally can't get faster than this.
So now he's got the 9-speed guitars. He's going to be zooming all over the stage. He even has a little bit of extra range with the blasters.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
wonder how he'll use those.
You know, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how much of Wilson's blasters I've actually seen throughout the years.
Oh, he didn't get the down sig quite right. He got the landed hitbox instead of the one that goes off the side of the stage, and Synco with the edge guard.
Synco's bow is so good!
Oh, he sniped the recovery perfectly, but he didn't get the weapon throw afterwards. Oh, nice spacing the down sig. It's deceptive. You get the visual indicator that Koji's going to go to a certain point, but if you descend at the right moment, it will stop and it will hit the side of the stage, so it might make your opponent try to react to where you think they're going to go.
Yeah.
But Synco manages to make it back, and Wilson has nothing to make it back as he takes the stock lead once again. Synco on the verge of 3-0ing Wilson and moving on to the lower semifinals.
Jeez. I love the way that Synco, he hits the bow side light, and then he takes to the skies. He knows that everybody tries to dodge out. They're expecting the down light after the side light. Oh my gosh. The off-stage play, he didn't even have to juggle him up like that. But Synco getting damage everywhere he can. Wilson not yet knocking him out.
Yep, that low force on Lucian really paying the price here in Apocalypse. And Synco denies all the weapons away from Wilson as Wilson once again is going to try anything to get this stock taken away so that he can even up these stocks. Guitar's picked up. Side sig would be great here.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Wilson.
On demand.
Yeah. It's definitely just the best for KOing at center stage if you're not in an edge guard situation, and he catches him in the back and takes him off the top. Love to see it.
Wilson has the corner guard. Synco all the way across to that soft platform to land, just that way he didn't have to deal with the anti-airs from Wilson.
Oh, Wilson really getting some guitar strings started. Oh, Synco inching forward. Spot dodges. Wilson not taking the bait. Sidelight, D-light. Doesn't get the recovery afterwards, but that's still good damage. And the second recovery doesn't hit. And there comes through. Synco going all the way up for the weapon throw. And the side stick misses. And now Wilson has attack on a little bit more damage. If Synco gets even into like light-ish red, I feel like Wilson could take a super early stock with the down stick off the side of the stage here. We got to see if he's going to go for that because he kind of needs it. Synco's been running away with this momentum. Oh, the down air hit. He still got the good amount of damage on that. And the recovery doesn't take him off the top just yet. Wilson's surviving. All right, side stick's good here. Oh, let's see it. Can he get it? Oh, I thought he was going to get punished for that side air for sure. Oh, recovery drops.
Didn't steer all the way into him.
Huge. Oh, what? Wilson's just barely surviving. So many of these whiffs. It's incredible.
Man, damage so deep on both players.
Oh, I thought he was going to get downlight for sure. Synco's not taking the risk. Oh, he side sticks the wrong way, but he only gets hit by a sideline. The recovery finally takes him down. But Wilson brought the damage back in the way that he needed. He could take the stock, clean it up, take the game, and bring it to a game 4 potentially because at this rate, if he loses the stock here, Synco takes it all.
Synco has the weapon starve. Wilson, you see him, he's just trying to make the stocks even. He was hunting for those uppercuts, just fishing for anything he can find.
Ooh, didn't try to go for the side air after the downer connected, and that's okay. Really put out that side stick. Synco dodges in place. Oh, pickup recovery doesn't work out for him. He gets punished by one side air. Downer punishes the neutral light. It's hard. It's without being able to reliably land down light. It's hard to get something started on blasters. He's really just got to stare him at this point. All these other moves are. Oh no, Wilson! What are you doing down there?
Oh my gosh. Luckily, gets out unscathed. The side air finally enough to do. Yep. Synco had to be deep in that barbecue sauce color.
All right, let's see. Can Wilson pull out a miracle? Side light, neutral sig.
Ooh, okay.
Recovery, nair. Okay, Wilson. Wasn't really actually that much damage because he's Lucian, but you know what? It looked good. Nairs are coming through.
Hey, you got to land the hits. You got to put your opponent on their heels.
That's true. That's true. Oh, down there into neutral light into recovery. Wilson's really tacking on the damage. Another recovery comes through. Can he get a third recovery? Neutral light and a third recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. He tries to go for the sider for the spike. He repositions on the stage, but the falling stare puts him off the side of the stage, and he stares him. Oh, he could get the side stick, and that could end the game. Side light.
He's looking about it. He's thinking about it.
Oh, but he might just want to go for the recovery finish. The recovery finish on the guitars is the best thing they could possibly ask for. Down, sig, not space, right. The recovery comes through. The recovery hits.
Oh, my
gosh.
No
weapon.
This is so tense.
Can Wilson do it? Can he bring it to a game 4? Is Synco going to take it all? Synco dashes forward with the down light. Down sig misses. He gets the side sig. No, he gets recovered instead. But Wilson surviving. One last hit in him. No recovery. He has to dodge back to the stage. Is this it? That's it. Synco with the ground pound catches Wilson going for that panic recovery on wake up and takes the game at the last possible moment with an amazing edgeguard ground pound. That damage was literally neck and neck into the last minute, 650 to 635. That ground pound just eking Synco over the top. What a game between these two players.
Man, oh man, I did not expect this one to go 3-0. I think this is a masterclass in taking momentum and running with it. It all hinged on that turnaround point at the tail end of game number 1 where Synco just stole it out from under Wilson, and he just kept him pushed back. Wilson wasn't able to stabilize, and it all just kept unraveling from there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the most visual example of a momentum being stolen from somebody else in a game, to get reverse 3-stocked like that after being so dominant in game 1, whereas game 2...